Hi everyone, welcome to my second devlog for the Dungeon Crawler RPG that I'm making. The first thing I did since the last devlog was to make a color palette for the game because I thought that I would need it to make assets that if I'm going to commit some assets to the game, then if I don't have a color palette, they'll all need to be replaced. So I wanted to get that done. Here it is, I'll put it on screen. Might need some tweaks, but I think I did pretty okay. And you can see I've been using it in the brick and wood tiles here and these dirt tiles that are kind of out of place, but I drew up some assets. But one thing that was bothering me about the game was it's inspired by games like the Dungeons and Dragons Eye of the Beholder game, Shin Megami Tensei, Entry and Odyssey, and a lot of these you move in like this tile-based grid way, but it's a one by one by one grid. So when you look at these stairs, which a lot of those games don't have that verticality, they're so big looking, like they're as big as the player or as big as the entire cell that he occupies. So I was like, what if we change the height and have it be half your height so that you can have this different elevation? Like if I wanted to have elevation and you want to go up on the ledge, you can't see over it and you couldn't do half steps. So I'm like, what if we raise the height? So I did. And I also added crouching. And that opened up these spaces that I couldn't walk through in my old room that I had. These were the reason I added crouching. I'm like, what if you could still go on them? I don't have to, you know. And so there might be crawl spaces in dungeons and things like that, which I think could really open up the design of some of the dungeons. See, you can see that like I made it so you can't uncrouch if you're in here. Now everything's kind of a half step, and you can see I think the stairs look a lot better from this perspective. They don't look good, they're not textured, but like the proportions when I make actual good looking stairs. But I have some other stuff to show you. Over here I opened up this area because I needed a bigger playground. I added continuous movement, so right now I'm holding down the forward button instead of tapping it for every movement I want to make, but that was added in. Over here I've implemented a treasure. This teleporter was just the teleporter from before, so I just moved it and made it tall enough for the new player size. But we got treasure chest, which you found 500 gold. You found a potion that actually adds it to the inventory. There's NPC over here, or I put down sort of a billboard sprite, and then if you interact when you're in front of them, they can display a message. But that's very, very simple right now. I added a working door, so right now I can't walk through there. But when I open it up, plays the animation, and I can walk inside. And from the other side there. Now that's a dummy sort of default door, but all I have to do to make different styles of doors would be to replace the model and the animation. Same with the treasure chest, it actually works like a generalized container. So if I change the model and the animation for like a cabinet or a barrel or a crate, then it'll still work. One other thing I added here was corner ramps. So I have these stairs like you can see in front of the house, but I also have corners that I was going to use for elevation to make things like hills, but these all work the way you expect. I figured it would be easy to just put basically a stair and then another stair turned sideways. Oh, and we also have an inner corner here. So I can make different shapes and I'll be able to make hills out of this. Like they won't all be shaped like stairs. Some of them will be smooth or rounded or whatever, but I'll be able to make terrain once I come up with different styles for the stairs. Some of them will be just like a slope you can walk up. And then this town or whatever it ends up being will be having elevation. And yeah, that was quite a bit. There was quite a lot involved with doing some of these things, like the treasure chest there. Making it so that when I pause and unpause, oh, there's more in that pause menu, I'll show you, but that it remembers that it was supposed to be open because I'm reloading the scene, and also the save function does remember which treasure chest you've opened. The doors do not. I'm not sure if I want that. Probably if you pause and unpause, I will make it so that the door stays open, but if you reload a game, maybe the doors will just be closed, like you can just open them again. I don't think it needs to keep track of that much state. Yeah, maybe. Maybe for the room you're in. At least. What else? There's quite a few bug fixes. There was little things like enemies, when they die, could attack after death just because like the ordering of the turn order was not awaiting everything it was supposed to await, but that's fixed. There was issues with the stairs, especially after changing the player height, because they have a bit of a detector kind of like right where my head is to say that you should walk up. But when I bumped it with the top half of the player controller, it had some issues. There was also adjacent stairs like this. If I was at the top of one and then walking down another, it would kind of walk down both of them and you'd end up in the ground because it would compound that movement. That was been fixed. Little things like that. With the continuous movement, like holding down the movement, falling off a ledge was a bit janky because it would try to move before it had finished, but that's fixed. But there's one more thing. So on the big feature that I just started working on, but it's because this game was inspired by Shin Megami Tensei with recruitable party members and all that. That's where I think I'm going to. If I go to the pause menu here, you can see I've got 4 slots for the active party and like 12 for the backup. The numbers aren't final, but we can actually recruit party members now. So the ones I have in there are default, but if I win this fight, right now it doesn't do like random chance or like have any sort of logic for who it should recruit. It just recruits the first one in the enemy group. Just does that by default, but I'll have some logic and like a formula for offering. And also it doesn't even ask if you want them yet, but it started off. So right now I should have got a demon in my party because that was the first one on the left. And there you go, we have a demon. I think right now I did not have their list of skills populated with anything, so if I go to their spells menu in the next battle, they will not have anything available. Oh, I cranked down the random encounter rate when I turned on continuous movement because it was just a lot for testing, so sometimes it might take a little while. Okay, he doesn't have enough MP for that. I'll just end this fight, and then that'll be the end of the devlog. But yeah, see, the demon has no spells, but they're a party member. They're in battle. It loads them properly. They can still use items and attack. I just didn't put any spells in their list. But yeah, I mean, I'll finish this one out, and then see if we get another demon in our backup party. But yeah, I mean, and I know it will, so I'll just finish this battle. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching my second devlog. I think I'm making really good progress this week. I'm really happy with everything that's been going on. I'm gonna try to do a weekly devlog. It's actually been 6 days since the last one, but I think I'm gonna try to hit Mondays, and then if I can't hit Monday, then try Tuesday, and if worst comes to worst, Wednesday, and then try to keep it on that kind of schedule. But yeah, there you go. Look, another demon. So party recruitment right now is automatic, but it works, and we're getting there. I have a lot of things done for a week anyway, I think. So anyway, thank you, and that'll be it. Thank you so much.